Holy podcast, we're back, guys. Hello, how are you doing? Welcome to the Chain Dogs podcast here on YouTube and available everywhere you listen to podcasts. Guys, we're back for, we don't know how long we're back for, but we're back.
One night only.
One night only. One night only. No, we're here. Hope you're all doing amazing. It's great to see you all in the chat as well. You know that we still exist. Brilliant. 20 people watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do give us a big like. Make sure you subscribe as well. Well, guys, we've got some catching up to do.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff to talk about. Scarefest, everything. Like we'll just go into a lot of stuff. So yeah.
I think we've got loads of stuff lined up, but if we see anyone, if we're definitely going to miss everything, because I think the four of us have not been keeping up with stuff.
It's hard, man. It's such a busy time in my life at the moment. It's crazy, but it's just
cut itself. God damn it.
drop a comment about news that you want us to talk about, and we might talk about it. Depends what it is.
Yeah. My last 2 or 3 weeks have been fucked. I've like saying off camera, just like I don't know what's happened in the theme park world for the past like almost a month.
E23 happened. We will touch on that a little bit. We're not going to go into all of that. Fucking hell, we'll be all night. But
that sounds awful. I'm never doing a D23.
Yeah.
I do a live stream
of a podcast
time.
We'll definitely go into Towers New Mazes, Josh.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Cool. And if you got any other questions, please let us know. Some of you guys went out to the Towers Times event, didn't you, recently? And then if you guys in the chat as well, let us know how your event went, if you went.
That feels like ages ago, but
it was like 2 weeks, right?
Yeah. It was a good event. It was a very good event. It was a later start than usual, although I think last year started about the same time as well. But yeah, afternoon. We had Sean from PR do a talk, which was really, really good, really interesting, giving us like behind the scenes of, because a lot of people don't really know how PR and marketing work. They're like different departments, but they kind of bleed over and stuff. So
yeah, you hope so.
Yeah. That was a really cool insight into it, even though I already obviously know it all because
you were just like yeah. It was cool though, because they went into detail on Curse and Nemesis Reborn, and obviously all the PR leading up to the reopening of those
Curse
things.
PR was insane.
There's a lot going on. Like, she did really well going into detail, but not detail where we'd be sat there for hours, but like touching on key points. I found it fascinating.
I like that it was to a room of enthusiasts, and we can sometimes be like the biggest pain in the
we know everything,
and we know everything, but then it's like a couple of days earlier, like the whole Lad Baby thing was like a big debacle thing, but like sausage roll takeover. But like it's little things like that where you got to think like, like Alton Towers is in a unique position in the UK that it caters to all ages, all demographics. How do you get that balance right? So it's kind of just like expanding things like that it's like Daz Games, man. Remember how many people complained about
that? Oh god, nobody was happy, but let's be honest.
And then the returning Mazes trailer come out this year, and everyone was like, where's Daz Games?
Yeah,
I don't think people
flip like that when they've actually experienced an attraction.
Yeah, obviously it's just something he's put his name to, but I don't think people realize how fucking fun that maze. Well, it's not really a maze, is it? Like that game, let's say, was going to be.
It's more of a maze than an actual maze.
Well, true, because I couldn't find my fucking symbols, so it is a maze, isn't it? But it's a game as well, isn't it? So with it being interactive and stuff, it just added that extra element to a straightforward scare maze. I loved it, and I'm so glad it's back this year. And I'll be taking Finley in it this year. He didn't do it last year, and I just know that it's something that he is going to love. I mean, he knows who Daz Black is for a start, so I can't wait for that. On top of everything else, like I feel that Scarefest has taken another step up this year with other bits and bobs as well.
Oh yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah, we're about to. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So then we had Bianca. Well, we had the ERT. Wicker Man was riding just as good as if you went. I think was it last year we had a Wicker Man as well.
Yeah,
no, year before.
Yeah, before that. Yeah, last year was Nemesis, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the year before. If anyone who went on that, it was a very hot day, and it was flying. It was just like I don't know. I don't know if it was faster than ever, but oh my god, like it was speed.
That's the first time this season that I've done Wicker Man, and I was sat second from back row, and I ended up like folding it off on Gemma sat next to me at one point because I just didn't expect it. Like it flew around there. It really did.
I love the pull out of the station. When you hit that first corner, you know how it's riding instantly.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit! Right, okay, let's go. And you got slow ass lift hill, fucking rocking chair.
I really enjoyed it, considering it had that like prolonged downtime from fixing the damage that was.
Yeah, it opened that morning, which is amazing.
Literally, and I was like, you know, if it had been sluggish or anything like that, it could have been forgiven, but it wasn't. It had just been continuously running.
That's awesome. I love Wicker Man. I think it's such a great coaster. I just love the airtime moments you get and the speed and the rattle and everything. Like proper rattle. It's a wooden coaster. And it's just fun. It's a fun ride. Like I think with it being as old as it is now, the pre-show is a little bit, you know, it takes a bit to get through now to get onto the coaster. But you know what's on the other side of them doors, and you're like, okay, just get through, just read off the pre-show like you can do, and just get through it. And
I think that's down more to how many times you've ridden it.
Do you know what though? I've done Wicker Man pre-show with people that don't do it all the time, and they are amazed by the fact that when you come out that pre-show, if it's done right, you get straight onto the ride. There's no way to come out that. You know, if it's timed right, it's literally
very difficult for them to time that. But when they do, it's so nice.
And I've done that with like friends that aren't enthusiasts, and they're like, oh well, that's sick, because the ride literally started as soon as you walked into that room, rather than coming out of there and then waiting again for another 10 minutes to get on the ride.
It's the best thing about pre-shows is that it tricks you into thinking.
Sam has never seen the Wicker Man pre-show. Wow. Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, because he would have been there through like COVID and stuff, so he would have just walked straight through it.
Oh yeah, shit.
He was in Florida before that, so.
Oh, nice. Well, yeah, cool.
So,
just like what Emma was saying, like when you do go in the pre-show and you load it up with people who've never ridden the ride or been there before, like just general guests.
Yeah.
And when it goes, like everyone shits themselves. It's great.
Yeah.
Just watch out for the fence. The amount of times that I walked into that bastard piece of fence.
That fucking fence. There's no need for that fence.
I know it's there. Why do I walk into it?
Fucking baby gate of doom.
I still think they should give Wicker Man an unload station and have the train slide into the load station with no guests in it.
Oh, they should have done that from the get-go, man.
They should have done that from the get-go. But I still think they should still do it.
Have you seen like
so it looks like that people have actually been sacrificed.
Yeah, have you seen the switch track for it? How close it is to like that back wall? It's ridiculous. It's so close. It's like so close to it. I saw a picture the other day of the Wicker Man switch track, the storage unit, and like one of the lights was bleeding through the tunnel that you go down.
Yeah,
and you could literally see like everything. I was like, man, if they would have put enough offload there, I just don't know how they would have done it. Like they probably could have done it. I don't know. Would have had to mid-course it somewhere to get it to slow down for that end bit, because there's hardly any space.
Put some flame effects in that.
In that tunnel
on the safety brake in the tunnel.
I'd love it if they did something like that. It'd be so cool.
Yeah,
if you ended up in that tunnel flame.
That smoke that goes onto you as you come around the corner. They could just do that in layers all the way down. That'd be really sick.
That. So then later on we had Bianca's talk, which was really cool. It was different to the ones that she's been. Obviously, Bianca's been doing a lot of talks this year, and
it was great the way she did it. It didn't feel like she was just talking factos.
Yeah,
you know, she mixed the way she did it was like a did you know situation, but there was a lot of did you know about her and her personal life and her growing up in the theme park industry and bits and bats that she'd done. It made it well more exciting than just being like, here at Alton Towers, blah 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 blah.
I love the fact that they because she obviously took her first job at a theme park when she was like 18 or something. So she was like upping rides and stuff and coasters. And I just love the fact that in Australia they call being sick on a ride a protein spill. I just love that.
We called it that at Busch Gardens.
Is that the same there?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I love that phrase, protein spill. I've never heard that.
That's literally what we called it. I think we called it that. I think just US parks in general call it that because I think we call that a Hershey Park as well.
I mean, you can relate that from going to the gym when you come back and drop your shake, protein.
I'm never going again. I've been once. I can't walk. My legs don't. I tried to run upstairs before. I nearly fell over. I can't do it.
I'm not sure what they call it in the UK. I think it's just like a code word for it or something.
It's the amount of times that the staff have literally just been like, someone's thrown up.
That's probably what it is.
That's probably what it is.
Someone did it on the big one the other week and they were just like, oh God. And then just walked off and got
how do you throw up on the big one?
Technically yawn. Yo, you see what Ad said? Technically yawn is the best one I've heard. That's incredible.
Nice. Where have you heard that?
Great.
What park have you heard that?
Well, we got some cool information that we were or was told about, like the cost that how much, because someone asked a question about like repainting the Smiler, and
quite rightly so.
Yeah, and they've said it's about £1 million to paint Smiler, and around about that for pretty much any coaster. So I'm like, bloody hell, £1 million, man.
Oh, do they don't paint it very often?
It's I mean that's the thing. Like, you just got to make sure it doesn't get to that state. But so I guess it's kind of hard at a place like Towers, isn't it? To like,
you need to have like a coaster train that like has a jet wash built onto it.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Like someone just invent that. Like, you fucking sell millions of
them. But yeah, there we go. That was Towers Times.
A coaster train car wash,
right?
And then with something.
Just remind you, Luke. You said you only got an hour. So
yeah.
It's the worst one for it. I'm
so Scarefest announcements happened.
Scarefest.
Oh,
yeah.
Scarefest.
We have Compound, which is a Nemesis Reborn themed maze, which looks very, very good. And then we've got, what's the other one called? Something Amigos?
Amigos in the Afterlife.
That's it.
It's like basically like Coco.
So am I right in thinking that is in the Dungeons building? Or is it somewhere else, maybe? Because
I don't know.
They've got have they got Trick or Treat Town still?
Yeah, Trick or Treat Town still attraction.
That's next to it, isn't it? So
Amigos is meant to be like a compliment, like to complement it. So
okay.
Yeah, it's like the same sort of vibes.
Cool.
But it's kind of like you do activities with your group to get to another room. So it's like an interactive thing. And yeah, I mean, it didn't go down too well on the Twitter, but on other socials.
Does anything ever go down well on Twitter?
I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Yeah.
It's very hard to get across things in trailers for mazes that are not built yet. Kind of really don't give a taster or whatever. So
yeah, for sure.
I mean, I'm looking forward to doing it because I love Trick or Treat Town. I do. There's a lot of like adults who go. I mean, obviously because it's aimed at kids, but theming wise, I loved it.
The houses are nuts. Like the set pieces in there are crazy. Yeah. So it is really cool. I just hope it goes down well when it actually opens, and it gets a lot of people through there, and especially with this new Scarefest pass that they're doing at Alton Towers. It's like £120. Is that for the? I don't understand it. Is that for the whole Scarefest season? Like Scarefest season pass?
It's weird one because it was worded, and I could understand why people thought it was for the day because that's.
I thought it was like an annual.
But then other people are saying it's an annual thing, and I don't know. But if I just went off face value and not knowing that it could be like an annual thing. In my head, I would go, oh, that's just for the day. That I could do Royal Maze as many times as I want.
No,
But I think it is for the full.
I think it is.
Towers replied saying, "Can confirm this pass is for the whole of Scarefest, 11th of October to the 3rd of November."
That's cheap. That's so cheap.
Pretty cheap. I mean, obviously that is it's aimed at this was a pass holder deal, so you've already got access into the park. So 120 quid.
If you went for 3 days and did everything,
yeah,
went 3 times. Which, if you live close by. There's a lot of people that go more
genuinely, if you're a pass holder, you're going to be going a bit, aren't you? So,
I think that's. I mean, I've spent a fortune at Scarefest in the past.
Yeah,
just because I'll just get one shot at the time if I fancy it, and then it adds up.
That's it. And now, if you fancy it, you can fancy it even more and do maybe 2 or 3 instead of just 1. And we've talked about it so many times on the show. Like Scare Maze has just changed. They're never ever the same when you go in. Doesn't matter. If it's the group before, the group after, the group you just went in, it's always a different experience. So it's definitely worth doing reruns. Like Attic is back, Mind Tours is back. So yeah, I'm guessing they're going to be probably the peak of what they can be now. They've been around a long time, so
Mind Tours, in my opinion, Mind Tours has gone from one of my favorite Towers mazes ever. To me being like, okay, let's change it next year. I think it's ran its course. I
think sometimes it's just nice to see a new name, isn't it, on the marquee? I think a lot of people get like pissed off sometimes because there isn't something new, but you don't realize that there might be a whole new set of actors that go into that maze that have never done a Scare Maze before. It's the first year doing scare acting, and they might just knock it absolutely out of the park. It could be the best thing you've ever done, which is why I'm always like, if it's back, it's back. Whatever.
I did do it last year, Matt, and I actually had a terrible run through, but that was nothing to do with the actors. That was to do with my group. Which is where something like Kira's just said, that like the annual pass for the mazes comes in handy, because if you have a run through where you go, weren't great, you can go back around and do it again.
Could literally get back in. Yeah.
Just
go.
I'd love it if they did. I mean, it sounds like Compound is going to be a pretty intense one. I think it's going to be on.
It gives me subspecies vibes.
I think it's going to be on that subspecies thing.
Do you think that Towers needs to bring back at least one maze with the intensity of subspecies?
Subspecies
they need an intense
freaking good
touching maze. Like that's what I think they need.
Like at least maybe you don't need like 3 or 4, but just like one maze that is gonna, raise the bar to that level.
Yeah,
I know nothing about Scarefest, or like how it's developed over the years.
Yeah, you're right though.
I mean, it's crazy to think that Mind Tours was the intense touching maze at one point. I'd say that was.
Oh god, yeah. I've been really manhandled in there in the past.
Yeah. Well, I've said before, like you just get licked and all sorts.
Before COVID, a man put his tongue in my ear hole. Yeah. He had pants on. He was
I mean, I definitely. I don't think we'd ever go back to them times, but
I don't think
he had his priorities in order then. Like, he was fully clothed when he licked your ear out. Clearly, he's got some sense about it.
Yeah. Some days to just roll out of bed and lick someone's ear. You got to put pants on first.
So yeah, Josh. Well, they have burial grounds. Who was it? Bart asked it, wasn't it? Do they also have scare zones or only mazes? Burial grounds is classed as a scare zone. It's free to enter. Anyone can go into it. You normally can just walk straight in. There's sometimes a little line to go into it. But I mean, you could almost class that as a small scare maze. Because it's like when you think
it's not a vast area, is it? You have to follow a path.
It's not like your average like HHN like big area roaming. There's a path to follow. But it's wicked. I love it.
I didn't do it last year because we had to go. I think we went somewhere else, so we only popped into Towers. So it wasn't dark. It was
brilliant. So let's see. I'd say the general public rarely do Scarefest more than once a year, and even most less, and so they don't notice the lack of rotation like us. Yeah, this means
Good point. Very good point.
But it like I agree, but at the same time, like it's not like Scarefest is a year-round thing. Like it's it's for a limited time. Like you're gonna have, like even like I'm willing to bet there are people who are just, enthusiastic about going to Halloween events, not even theme parks, that go more than once every time it's on.
So I think most people like who are not enthusiasts or like scare stuff, they'll go to one scare event, like whether that's at a theme park or just like a farm park. I don't think there's a lot of people outside of this bubble doing multiple ones. But yeah, if they're going to Scarefest every year and every year they've gone there, Mind Tours is there.
Yeah,
see that being like, they're like, oh well, why would I pay for that? I guess
exactly. Yeah, like if it was a year-round thing, then you could get away with that. I think a little bit more and stuff. But it's a thing that comes around only once every couple of months in the year. So like, you're gonna notice similarities every time you do it.
Yeah, but then it's the whole like, what else is going to go on in the park as well with Scarefest? Like, what's the new lighting like? What's the new atmosphere like? What are the new roaming actors like and stuff like that? There's, there's always something to do at Scarefest, and like I remember doing all the rides somehow one day at Scarefest, and then having like 2 or 3 hours before it went proper dark, and I was like, what am I going to do? And there's just so much going on. It was great. Chill by the lawns. You can go and grab,
I like watching the shows on the lawns.
Wait. Hold on. Matt, the half term's 2 weeks now.
I think it's a week, but it falls at different times, different parts of the country. So it's
yeah.
Our half terms are so weird.
It's wanted to become 2 weeks at half term.
Yeah, I think like the thing is like it's always going to be a difficult one with a theme park. Like you can't. I don't like comparing like Thorpe's Fright Nights and Towers, which are like the two biggest theme parks in the country for like thrill and family and whatever. Scarefest is just an event overlay, so like they're operating the park as usual, plus they've got hundreds of actors
and loads of shit going on.
They're not going to be like, I mean, look at like Tully's have had the same scare lineups. I mean, they change a little bit each year, and I think the problem is obviously Scarefest hasn't kept up with it, but in the last couple of years they are slowly doing rotations, and invitations gone. Thank God. We're getting like Daz Games is getting like a revamp.
A literal stab in the dark, that wasn't it?
Yeah, we're getting like, I just think it's going to be a slow burn. I mean, Fright Nights looks like it's in a great spot, but then Fright Nights, remember, it's just thrill. It's just like aimed at teens, aimed at the older audience. It's a lot easier to market. It's they do an amazing job marketing it, but it's a lot easier to like get across what that is. And then put it on, and then the funds are just spent in that one thing, and they can. But then you've got Alton Towers, and they're catering for everyone. So they're catering for like daytime guests, kids, families, short breaks, but then the thrill market. So yeah, it's just like, I think it would just be a slow burn until we get like it back to the glory days. Yeah. That's my
but let's also remember, like, new management, new takeover. It's going to take a few years for it to really kick in, and they've got to experience these things so they know what they're actually like as well. Like,
I mean, Fear at Avon Valley. I love going to that, and I like going back knowing that some of my favorite mazes are there each year.
Oh God,
yeah. I mean. There is no getting away. Like Mind Tours is along, but it's still one of my favorite. Like it's still one of my favorites, and I'll be sad when it goes, but I'll be looking forward to what comes in its place. I mean, nothing. I don't think anything will go back into where it is.
It's a very unique position, isn't it? Where it is located, where it is, it's very unique.
How often do you think Scarefest should bring back old favorite mazes?
Ooh, like a best
Sanctuary.
For like just like one more run.
Maybe like when it's like
one more run every, I don't know, like 5 or 6 years or something like that.
What year? It wasn't it an anniversary? Was it last year? Can't remember what anniversary it was now. Forgive me in the chat. But like an anniversary would be a great time to throw an old favorite in.
That would be a cool idea. Have like the best bits kind of from each
best of. Yeah.
But then when you think about it, that's got to be a lot of work. You know, a lot of these mazes, the infrastructure's up for years.
Considering they all ended up in Toxic Junkyard, Emma. Everything ended up in Toxic Junkyard.
I mean, Toxic Junkyard can stay in the bin, if you ask me. But what I'm trying to say is that, like, I mean, it would never happen, let's be honest, because it takes too much fucking work. But that'd be an awesome idea. Just
I think someone did ask that question actually when we went to a Towers Times event, and they were like, we could probably never do it as what people remember them being like, so it wouldn't be a case of they can't do it. It's just like they probably feel like they couldn't put it over as well as it got put over the first time. They'd struggle to match the nostalgia of it. I think that's the answer Kieran gave actually. I think that's what he might have almost word for word.
I just don't. I realistically, like, given the history of the Smiling Owl, like, I just don't think it could actually come back.
No, not the Sanctuary.
No, I don't. Yeah, no, you're right.
I don't think it should be a PR nightmare. Like,
well, if they ever do a new ride, like if Project Horizon's anything, then maybe do something for that to match up with that, and do what they did with the Sanctuary and match.
Yeah, I just think every year we should have some kind of scare maze based on like a Towers IP, like so, like, you know, like it'd be great to have like, I don't know, like think about any like Towers ride there is. And we've got Wicker Man Burial Grounds. Hex would be amazing.
Can we just have Hex first, please, Luke? Don't get carried away with yourself.
yeah. My bad. Hex Max first before we do any Hex themed stuff.
We're not going backwards. Come on.
Can we get the ride? Can we get the actual ride back?
All right, 13 maze would be pretty sick though. Like that.
Yeah. I mean,
a curse maze. Everyone was on a that'd be wicked.
Everyone,
I don't know. Like, do we need a curse maze though? Like,
it'd just be like walking through curse, right?
These are the right.
Like, I genuinely think people just want a bit more of this. Like, I feel like mazes are a good opportunity, and I think like what Towers are doing with Compound, it's a good opportunity to break into the story of everything, and it's basically writes itself. What's there for Curse? You know what's going on, and it's just it'd be a good thing to do. But like I said, the ride explains everything. Like the queue line explains everything, you know, and it really goes into detail. It'd just be almost like an IP maze where you just see things from the ride if they were going to do it.
I think it would have a lot of similarities, and then that would lead people to just be like, it's just the Curse. You know what people like. So,
but it would be cool because it does have some cool characters in there as well. Like so. Or maybe just throw some actors in there. Oh, imagine that.
Roller Baz said Oblivion 90s ravers. I don't know what he's referring to in terms of the concept of a scare maze, but I want to see that because
an Oblivion maze.
As a 90s baby, I just want to see what that would be.
Yeah. Have you seen that video of the cybergoths on the underpass just dancing away?
Warthog Scare Maze did their Chris Massacre one.
That's what you call it. Sorry, Sean.
I think Warsaw Scare Maze, their Chris Massacre one, I think it was last year or the year before, I get mixed up. Year. But they did one where it was like ravers had we're doing a League of Rave inside this house and we're taking you through it and we're like, come on, we gotta go, and then it all went wrong. So it was a really cool premise for like a, you know, I mean it's an age old like urban explorer type thing that Towers did back in the day as well. But I think it's a cool way to set up a story for sure. But yes, there we go. That's Scarefest.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Always am.
Yeah, and Night Ride.
Looking forward to another year of not going to it.
Do Canada's Wonderland do anything or not?
I actually don't know. I don't know. I actually have no idea. In my mind, it goes from just regular season to like through
off-season.
Halloween. They might do a Halloween haunt, but I know they do. I know they've been trying to do something for Winterfell.
Halloween haunt.
Yeah, Halloween haunt. Yeah, they do Halloween haunt.
Yeah.
There you go.
So it goes from September the 27th till November the 2nd.
Yes,
So
that's
today. No, September, sorry. But Halloween Horror Nights is just about to start as well.
I'm gutted I'm missing that because I loved that last year. I loved Halloween Horror Nights. It's so much fun.
I haven't really looked into it because I'm not going, so it's like, yeah. I'll watch some vlogs on that.
It started this past weekend, though.
Yeah, all the Disney Halloween
it gets earlier,
like in August,
Halloween Horror Nights,
4th of August or something.
Is
it tomorrow?
Tomorrow it starts, yeah.
Christ.
Which is mad, isn't it? But
yeah.
Imagine if our scare season started that early, it'd be wicked.
Spectacular. Take note.
But cool. I'm still holding on to summer at the minute, though. I'd feel like summer was ending if it started getting scary.
TK Maxx isn't in summer anymore.
Mate, TK Maxx is my favourite place in the world.
It's just Halloween.
Like mid-July to the end of August is like when Emma goes to TK Maxx. That's my house decor.
Everyone's got
all the stuff.
Oh yeah, shout out to Oozy Boozy.
Yeah, Oozy Boozy.
Oozy Boozy. Yeah, so I think my next HHN will be next year. So do Epic Universe and that get it all in.
Damn, that'd be a trip.
Yeah, man.
Wow, holy shit.
I said I'm not gonna do Disney next time I go, just because like I just don't have time. One, I won't have time if I'm doing HHN and Epic and want to go Universal. And then also I'll probably want to go back to Bush because like a lot will have changed.
Yeah,
there just won't be time, and the only place I'm eager to get back to is like Animal Kingdom, if I'm honest. Tron, I'm not that bothered.
Don't worry, guys, because it won't be long till we have HHN Bedford. Okay,
yeah,
it'll be fine. And we can have Halloween Horror Nights every year. It's fine. September,
one train away.
All the way through.
That was mad.
Yes, fucking please.
Yeah, but it'd be like tomorrow, so we'd all be like there now.
Yeah.
Like it'd be like an opening. It'd be like an opening day, right?
Can you imagine the first day of HHN Bedford?
No.
Right? It'd be like it'd be an event and a half.
Premier Inns are listing right now, you know, and
Wetherspoons Bedford are going to.
I was gonna say, what spoons is everyone drinking at?
Yeah, we need to.
Bedford.
There's good spoons everywhere, aren't they?
Probably about 8.
What spoons are we doing a live episode from?
Bedford spoons, Kyle.
That would be the best one.
On the
like
eve
before
HHN. Called the Pilgrim.
70 cameras, different angles, like lights, the lot, man. It'd be stacked.
It's called the Pilgrim's Progress.
Oh, that sounds like a universal place.
Let's be honest, though. Like,
wait, what's it called? The what?
The Pilgrim's Progress. But we'll have like City Walk. You'll have a version of like City Walk, won't we? Like or something.
We could all just go into Panda.
If there's no Wetherspoons on that City Walk, they are missing a flipping.
They need to have a Greg's.
Greg.
They need to have a Pound Bakery. Pound Bakery or
Pound Bakery. Although I went to Pound Bakery the other day. £2 Bakery, they should call it now.
Oh no.
2 pasties for £2.
Oh no.
That's like Poundland, isn't it?
Livid.
Yeah, you go in Poundland, it's like one thing for a pound.
This is like nothing.
Like, at least Pound Stretches were like kind of truthful in their name.
Yeah, they were.
Pound
Stretch. Yeah, but Pound Stretches was like, could be a pound, could be 400.
You'd be stretching your pound. Like Poundland
too far.
is like
it too far.
Poundland. It's like Legoland is Legoland. Like
I never remember the first time
in Meccano.
First time I went to the Isle of Man, their Poundland, everything actually cost £1.20. And I was walking around and I was like, why you go Poundland? £1.20 land. Okay. I can understand. It's a different currency.
£1.20 land.
I couldn't get my head around it. I was like, £1.20?
You could just have like Isle of Man Island and then £1 and a 20p, like a big one just on the logo.
Honestly, £1.20.
Here we go.
This is Bedford Spoons.
This is it. This is Bedford Spoons.
They've got it upstairs. We're all right.
Oh, tell them to just rent that out.
Tell them to start making preparations now.
We're all staying at Spoons Bedford then.
Did that say £6? What? Go scroll down.
62.
Oh, 62. I thought it said £6.20
£6.20 a night.
£6, and it comes with a beer as well.
Yeah. Get a beer on you.
I'm
waiting for you.
It's not called £6 land, is
it? £6.20.
Oh, there's no upstairs in Spoons Bedford. Well, they've got time to renovate.
Oh no, well, no, because they've got.
No, that's what a hotel is.
Oh
yeah. Tell them to start making preparations now.
They need an extension.
You've got 5 years.
If anyone in the community wants to buy like a massive mansion and then just that'd be even better.
Now is the time. Get on right move.
Well, with the percentage of the UK enthusiast community that apparently lives in Bedford, I'm sure someone
like, Airbnb out their houses.
Someone owns a cottage house nearby.
They all have drones. They all have cameras.
And get rid of them, Sean. Is it a big one? Oh, it's all right, isn't it?
The amount of people that responded with, it's only 20 minutes from me. I'm sure someone will host everyone.
Anyway,
getting carried away.
I have one spare room. Do an auction for it.
Roller Bars is staying in a Wetherspoons for 15 quid. Oh, do you know what? I bet it was better than a bloody Travelodge.
Probably do pot washing in Wetherspoons and get a room.
You can eat downstairs for a £5.
Oh yeah, Top Thrill 2 happened. So yeah, that's
God.
Top Thrill 2 happened. No, it didn't.
Everybody remember this. It's not Cedar Point fault, though. Everybody remember.
It did happen. I saw the footage from like 4 miles away from the back. It happened. Right? That's what happened.
So yeah, Top Thrill 2 has been announced by Cedar Point that it will not be opening this year.
Taylor's fault. Reopening.
I've never been more sad to have been right.
You did call it, to be fair.
I called it.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people. I'm not. I mean, it was pretty obvious. I mean, like I said, like, a lot of people were calling it. I'm not going to try and claim like I knew what was going on. But
you're the OG. You called it. You're the OG
of this podcast. I just remember saying. I just remember saying it was a massive gamble to put on Zamperla, and I'm not gonna do what they're doing, which is like blame the manufacturer. It's like a whole thing. It's like everyone.
Project.
It's a project. Yeah. Everyone's culpable. They should have known. Like they should have known it was a gamble. It's not really much else to say about it, really. It's just, it's just what it is, isn't it?
I just hope we see its return, because it's at that point now where, if they turned around and was like, oh, it's never going to open again, it'd be like, fuck.
Just get rid of it. Build some.
I will say, El Toro Ryan did a great video.
That's what I was
highlighting it, and just like highlighting all the different like coasters, like iconic coasters that had a similar kind of opening year where it didn't open, and we don't think about it anymore. So it's it's positive. It's just annoying when not annoying because I wasn't going to Cedar Point this year, but it's just annoying for people who were like going and saw everyone ride it and then it's down. But
got there a few days later and it was like,
what can you do?
The El Toro Ryan made a point that agrees with the point that I've been making like for a while, is that like it's not either one side to like take the blame for it. Like both sides hold responsibility for it.
Absolutely.
Cedar Point hold responsibility for putting their trust in a manufacturer that hasn't proven to be able to make rides of that size and scale capable to run consistently.
Ambitious.
And Zamperla hold responsibility for the simple fact that they didn't deliver a product. Like, I mean, that's not something that they should be crucified for.
No,
it's just the reality. Like it's just what it is. They tried, and
isn't it? Yeah,
they tried, and they're still having to, just rectify mistakes made or whatever.
They didn't want this to happen as much as Cedar Point did.
Exactly. It's not. They gave it a good effort. Like, I'm not going to say it wasn't a good effort, because those trains, I've sat in those trains. They're comfy as hell. They gave an effort. They just,
it comes down to like, you can test these things on a computer as much as you want, but nothing is.
Hey, don't you start picking on No Limit, Sean.
I mean, like, look, there's so much.
Could you imagine if that was the case? All they used
one
to model this thing was No Limits 2.
Imagine if the signboard outside Top Thrill 2 like blamed No Limits.
Well, if Zamperla didn't do it and Cedar Point did it, that might have been the case.
Yeah.
Blender to blame.
But yeah, no, I still I like that product for them. Like, honestly, I like the product of, it looks good. It, like, from all accounts of people who actually managed to ride it in the 4 days that it was open,
it was got good reviews.
It was a great ride.
Yeah.
A lot of them preferred it to the original Dragster, and aside from a few people complaining about like rattles, because they complain about rattles on everything, like a lot of people saying like it rode well as well. So I think they've got, and I can speak from my experience on Thunderbolt as well. Like Thunderbolt at PNE Playland runs really well. Obviously, it's a much smaller scale coaster, of course it is, but like it runs well and has run well basically throughout the entire time that it's been open. And I think it's a good product. I think it's a good product, and they shouldn't. Not that they would give up on it, but like they should keep refining it. How many times do we see Intamin keep refining their product over and over again when they seemingly don't need to? You know?
Yeah.
It's a shame, but I'm sure they'll iron out the kinks and they'll get it right.
Just keep at it, and you know, rectify the issues with the trains, or with
Rise
the
like a
phobies, or whatever it is, and keep working on it. Obviously we have no idea of like what the relationship between Cedar Point and Zamperla is in light of this, but
the thing is,
I don't think this side should give up on each other for it.
The problem is you can't hide that ride, man. It's just there. It's just a massive statue, isn't it? Like in the park.
It's slap bang in the middle of the park as well.
That's what I mean. So it's even worse for people when they visit the park. It's like, oh, this big thing is closed. People who don't know what's going on, you know, general guests, they don't know what's happening. Well, why is that not open, sort of thing? You can imagine that being a... But yeah, Zamperla's fault.
Sorry, it's just a staff member outside being like, "You'll have to talk to Zamperla." Give me
one of those signs. Blame Zamperla. Just mark
customer service card they give out from Zamperla's email. Speak to them.
Take it up with them.
Fast track.
Speaking of, you can't hide it. Speaking of, you can't hide it, Luke. Literally, when you walk into that area, you've got the Spike and Power Tower right beside each other, and the pathway goes right in between the two.
Oh.
It's literally like you've got two, you know, at least 300 plus foot towers to walk in between as you walk into the Top Thrill 2, like that causeway, that midway area. That's and it's a fucking entrance. Like it like the magnitude of that is quite insane.
I can imagine. That is just that sounds very imposing. Obviously I've never been, so but that sounds insane. But just imagine like just being there and not being able to ride it. I know Ads, I think, said he got spited by it. Coaster Bar,
and Harry did.
By it. Yeah, but he doesn't feel as bad now because no one else tried it.
Like, as I guess my experience is a little bit different because I've been to Cedar Point like a few times now. But when I was there in July, obviously it sucks to not ride it, but dude, there is so much at Cedar Point. Like,
it's literally like a straight line of coasters. Like,
we're talking about, realistically, we're talking about at best the third best riding park.
0.1% of the lineup is closed. Like,
like,
it's not like being it's not like Fiore, is it?
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Well, I mean, like, it's not like it's a Linen Maki. Or somewhere like that, where it's literally the only, you know, like top tier level coaster or anything.
Anyway, moving on. Disney Carland.
Frontierland Magic Kingdom. Gonna be changing big time.
Yeah.
Lightning McQueen spotted in Magic Kingdom.
Mate, I love Lightning McQueen. Honest to God.
It looks so good. I understand a lot of Disney park enthusiasts. Like, you know, the Liberty Bell is a thing of.
That's not even. I'm not an enthusiast, and I think, you know, we talked about it on Twitter.
But look at it.
Yeah, but like, why do they say, oh, like how much land has Disney got? Why do they have to keep like tearing down bits of all places? Like Magic Kingdom don't need to do it. The whole of Disney World does not need to keep doing this.
Very true.
But like, don't get me wrong, the one in California looks amazing. This concept art does look incredible. But it's just unfortunate where it's placed, in my opinion. It's like, I
get it, and I can understand why, you know, people would be annoyed. It was a nice, relaxing part of the park when you just used to walk out there into Frontierland. You've got everything going on, big funding, you got Haunted Mansion to the side. It's just cube fucking lightning lanes everywhere, and there was just always this little nice escape there. But that doesn't mean there isn't going to be one somewhere else. Maybe as they're building this, you've got Villains Land being built as well, beyond Big Thunder. So I just think if it's done right, it could be absolutely exceptional. If it's done wrong, and is a nightmare for them to keep it open, and if it, you know, like if it's like Tiana's when that opened, Jesus Christ, when I was there, the amount of people that were just fuming at cast members because they couldn't get on it. Like, you know, people who were in the when I was there, it was preview day.
Wow.
And we just come out from the tunnels, and in the tunnels in Magic Kingdom, we did the Keys to the Kingdom tour. They had a countdown in the staff area as you walk in, where everybody is.
Yeah.
And everyone was so hyped and excited, and then like they were literally walking back in like, well, we can't open it yet. This has happened. And I was getting like a POV of shit going south. Like, I wasn't supposed to be there. I'm surprised they even let us in where we went into on that tour, but it was bonkers. And then you just saw the anger in everyone. But I did go on the train at one point, and I heard people saying, like, when they did get on it, how amazing it was, how cool it was to have something different. And then I feel like this is just going to be exactly the same vibe once it's done.
In my opinion, the way I see it is like Splash Mountain. Like, I think the uproar against that was mad, and a lot of it was like politically motivated as well. A lot of what people were saying.
Yep.
The whole thing was like a bit like troublesome, in my opinion. So it's hard to really get like a good grasp on like what the average person's view of it was. My view of it was like, as long as it's like in keeping with like the type of theme it was, which is a perfect film to overlay onto that ride, I think it would be great. And from
Tiana's Bayou, when I first saw it, is absolutely gorgeous. The way
I think it's great, but I think my issue with this is like it's just, for me, one of my biggest memories of Magic Kingdom, and this was only like 2019, so it's not like I grew up with it, but I just felt like Frontierland and then like Liberty Square to me felt like one of the most authentic feeling places in a theme park I'd been to, because you had that massive river, you had the boat. Like, I didn't even go on the boat, but just seeing that massive like steamboat going around, I was like,
every Disney park,
that is what like Disney is. I was like, oh, that's like what I imagined it to be like. And I feel like out of all the Disney World parks, to me, that I was like, this is like classic Disney. And I just think like getting rid of that view is going to cheapen the area a little bit. Yes, you're going to have this like amazing land, and no doubt it's going to be a massive success and whatever. But, you know, queuing up at Haunted Mansion and then just in the distance, like I think Claire said it on Twitter, just hearing like ka-chow in the back, like what? No, it doesn't make any sense. You know, I'm not like massively.
I'm not sure that's gonna happen, to be fair,
mate. But you climb quite high. You're gonna, if you think you're not gonna see Cars Land, you won't see Cars Land, but you'll definitely hear it. But we'll see. I could be completely wrong, but I do think like it was, for me, it was just like walking through that area and being like, it just was so peaceful, really cool. away from the hustle and buzz, because Magic Kingdom can be intense sometimes.
I don't agree with that. Sometimes Frontierland is one of the busiest part of the parks,
but it's one of the
section.
It's a vast area though, so
but when you come out into New Orleans Square, there, like, that is fucking rammed with people and parades and all sorts. That's one thing many people have mentioned. That's a parade route.
Yeah,
like, and the pathways around it, they look big and stuff, but I don't think they're primarily building in just where the boat was. I think they're actually going quite far out to the right as well. For anyone that's been, it's gonna just completely change the Magic Kingdom. It is gonna change it. Now, whether people say it's better off or worse, if this attraction was anywhere else, everyone would be buzzing their heads off, because it looks amazing. It looks world class. I just hope they nail it. I hope they nail it and they don't, I really, really do hope these new announcements, these new projects that have been announced by Disney and Disney Parks, they absolutely knock it out the fucking park. Because if they don't, there's going to be a lot of trouble. And we've seen that with some of the Disney Plus shows. People are not happy with them and stuff like that, and some get cancelled, for example. And we just don't want that kind of thing in the parks. Don't want it coming into the parks now. Disney needs to really up the game with this. And they're trying. By the looks of it, they are trying. But like you said, it's a big park in it. They could have put it somewhere else, but
they of course could have put it anywhere else in Disney World as well. Like, I mean, Hollywood Studios would have been a great place to put it. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's the unfortunate thing about it. Great land is probably going to be amazing. But why put it that side of the park? It could have gone the other side of the park. I mean, yeah, it's just unfortunate, and it's one less reason. Like, I'll go and do Cars Land probably, but like, it'll be the big draw for me of Magic Kingdom was that whole area with Haunted Mansion up there, the skyline, the view, that whole area around there. And yeah, I'm less bothered about having new rides and more bothered about having, like, I don't know, immersive. I know it's said, but immersive places.
Yeah, I know, but like, there seems to be a lot of greenery being added as well. So I mean, it could be a chill spot to be around that.
Yeah, but it's like, you can look at it. It's just a line of trees. That's what it looks like to me. It's literally a line. So you got like the frontages of like.
There's rocks as well.
Things, and then like, yeah, rock, and then like, it's just going to look an alleyway. It's just going to be like. If that's what we're going to do, just put a line up with trees.
It kind of reminds me of a bit, the entranceway into Galaxy's Edge from Toy Story Land. It kind of reminds me of that, which isn't the best entryway.
It's a cool entryway to Galaxy's Edge, because like
the actual entryway,
like the tunnel, but like, it's just weird to me.
The other side, you pop out and there's just alien swirling sausage. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I am genuinely, because obviously the only other Cars attraction for people who are fans of the movie Cars, and a lot of families is in California. So again, this is another opportunity for people in Florida to get on a different ride, and it's another way of pulling people into the park as well, which I think they need to.
I've wanted to go to that one in California for so fucking long.
Yeah, Radiator Springs looks insane, man.
Looks so good. Looks so good.
That's what I mean. I just hope when this is done and it's open and ready, and people have been going on it for like a year or so, that's when I want to go to this. I don't want to go to this on opening year. I want to go for it when it's bedded in. It was like you say, but then memories of riding the Liberty Bell and all that stuff, you still got to hold them accountable to yourself. Like, they are nice memories to keep, but this can also create new memories for people as well. And it's going to pull people to the park without a doubt. It's going to be probably one of the busiest areas, I reckon.
Sean's having technical difficulties. We'll be back shortly.
Yeah, I just think it's going to pull people into the park, that area, and it's just going to. I think it's going to do wonders for them. I really do. But I can understand why people are sad and upset. But it just looks fucking incredible. Like, if it's anything like Radiator Springs, anything like Galaxy's Edge, then it's just going to be insane. Yeah. So Sean's just dipped.
He just said he's had a power cut, which is fun.
Yeah, I hope he saved all his work.
Yeah, I mean, I have done little to no research into all the things that Disney announced for the parks during D3, but so yeah, like I have next to no input.
Matthew, hold on. Matthew has just disclosed that he's never watched Cars. It is one of the best, if not the best. Okay, go now after this is finished. Obviously, and you will love it. My Finley was obsessed with this film for about 12 months, and we would watch it twice a day, every day for 12 months. And I wasn't mad at it. That's how good it is. It is sensational. Okay.
I've watched the first one. I've not watched any of the sequels.
Second one's still good.
Obviously, I got excited when we had a walk to, because we stayed at Pop Century and we walked to Art of Animation and we walked around the corner.
Oh, Bart, for God's sake!
The hotel area, and they just have like models of the cars from the movie, like Tomato, Lightning McQueen, all of them outside the different, and like they really themed it really well, and it was insane. So I was like, wow, it's so cool. So yeah, I can't wait to see it on the scale.
The amount of people that haven't watched it is very all leave now and go and watch it. Thank you.
What's
Report back next week. People say they've never seen Cars. Matt's never seen Cars.
How have you never seen it?
Never seen Cars.
What? Wow. He's probably in California as well.
Bart's never seen Cars.
Attributes his prowess to the parents for not watching it. So
Planes is no comparison to Cars. Okay.
Planes.
John said, Emma, did you say Cars 2 is really good as well? John said
it's good.
John said it's abysmal.
It's not as good. I agree. Cars 3.
Abysmal's a big word to use on a Wednesday evening. Yeah. Anyway.
To do a car quiz. Yes, we do.
Scorpion.
You all next week.
Scorpion. Yeah, Scorpion Busch Gardens is going. When is it shut? Is it shut now?
Labor Day weekend. Labor Day weekend. It closed after Labor Day weekend. So the story is that Busch Gardens Tampa have basically given people a week to go and ride it before they close it. And it's like
it's pretty crazy. Like obviously like nothing can be at fault on it, but is it a case that they found like significant damage that it will be a problem in the foreseeable future, where they're just like, well, let's just do it, get ahead of it?
Maybe.
I've heard people saying that they've been having to readjust the brakes on it, like almost like every other cycle,
which is like intense. That's intense.
Yeah. That's pretty much the extent to anything I've heard about like how it's doing operationally these days.
Right.
I'm in two minds about it just because it is a historic favorite in the park, and it's like really a week is all you're gonna give for people to go like
for any ride.
Like the Floridians that go to Busch Gardens Tampa. Like it is the regional park in the state of it is the regional park in like central or western Florida, but like central Florida. Like it's the most regional of those major parks, but still like people go to people who like go on holiday to Florida, like they make a point to go to Busch Gardens Tampa as well. So like it's like a week is whatever the reason is, like there'll be a legit reason behind it, but just like
that makes sense to me though. Like
a week to get over there is kind of stupid. But at the same time, I'm like I'm not gonna sit here and act like it was a favorite of mine and like start crying that it's now closing. Like I like Schwarzkopf as much as the next person. It wasn't like it was a good, fun Schwarzkopf, but that's about it.
I love it.
Like
I really enjoyed it. Yeah. I was lucky to get on it.
But that's coming from like an enthusiast where I love just any Schwarzkopf I can get on, I will get on that. And it's normally insanely like smooth for like smoother than it should be, like all of them. Well, I say not all of them, but the ones I've done, I've really enjoyed.
I've just seen on Facebook. I don't know if it's breaking news or not, but Indiana Beach have just announced that the Thrill Seekers, we have heard your feedback loud and clear. We're thrilled to announce a major upgrade to All-American Triple Looper. After testing by our third-party engineering group, we have determined that our over-the-shoulder restraints are no longer required.
No shit.
Massively redundant.
Yeah. I just thought I'd bring that up while we're on we're talking about them. But
they're like, oh my god, guys, you were right. Like if we thought you was just joking.
Really? We have to get a third-party engineering company.
Basically.
It's a funny way of phrasing it, right?
That's very good that they've listened to the feedback though.
Literally.
Because
they've literally stated that as well.
A lot of people, like I saw a few people talking about how they came off with like the jaws were sore.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like,
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think they're listening to feedback. If they were listening to feedback, it would have happened a long time ago. It would be like this could be an actual issue for us. Now, let's get it sorted.
So, what would you call it then, if not listening to feedback?
Not wanting to be sued, like
shitting themselves.
Like,
yeah, but I suppose that's still feedback from people. Like they've noticed that people are are in pain when they come off. So I suppose it's a bit of both. We're
taking the OTSR bar but it's not because you said it. It's because we want to.
Because our third-party engineering company have said it, right? So that's why.
Nobody else.
So how old is this?
Which happened to be suing us for Jawbreak. How old is it? Very old.
Very old. So you're like, okay, well, at least they're listening to feedback. No, if I was listening to feedback, they would have done it like 10 years ago or like 5 years ago. Like basically what's happening is they've realized that it needs to be done.
No, the ride itself is old. It's been at Indiana Beach for like 2 years.
It's been there too. Yeah.
And it ran with different trains that didn't have OTSRs on it. When it was Magnum Force at Flamingoland, it didn't have OTSRs on it.
See, I didn't know that.
Be more nerdy, Sean. That's what we're here for. No more. Okay.
I mean, Pete actually showed me a POV of that off a fucking camcorder the other day.
Camcorder, like a dad cam.
Yeah, dad cam.
Do you know what? The only person I've known that ever rode that is Carl, and he said it was great. When he was at Flamingoland.
I think he might be putting it on his channel. I think he might have put it on his channel actually.
I wrote it.
No, I'm just saying, like, apart from you, the only person I've ever known that ever rode it was Carl, and he said it was great.
Everyone says that Corkscrew was great, but
no, it wasn't.
It really wasn't.
I liked Corkscrew.
I think people think rides are better than they are when they're younger. Like, I think.
Well, everything's better when you're a kid. Like you don't
hurt as much.
Yeah,
Grand National doesn't hurt as much when you're a kid.
Depends, man. Some of these kid rides, you know, the ones that are like Gulliver's. I can't remember what they're called. They've got like a headrest thing on them.
Oh. Oh shit! Yeah. Oh, what are they called?
Come on, Emma, Gulliver's.
The new ones.
Yeah, the new ones. What are they called?
Yeah, they're SBF Visa.
Yeah, SBF Visa.
There you go.
The amount
of kids got perspex sides on them.
Yeah, the amount of kids that are banging their heads off the side of them, like it's insane. So it's just like.
Talking of which, I'm going there on Friday because they've decided to replace their Wacky Worm with another Wacky Worm. So now I have to go and ride said Wacky Worm, and it's really pissed me off.
How do you know it's not the same one?
It's not, because the one that they had was like from Southport years ago, and now they've just bought a brand new one. They just replaced it with a brand new one because the other one was old as shit.
Kyle, they've got a
and it really pisses
like
me off because I don't like Gulliver's World. I'm too old for it. My kids are too old for it. There's nothing that I need there. I went the beginning of last year because they put a new cred in. I was like, I don't need to go again. But they've replaced the Wacky Worm with a fucking Wacky Worm, and now I have to go again. I'm really mad about it.
How many Wacky Worms are you away from completing the Wacky Worm
Insect Bible?
The
Insect Bible creds.
I'm going to have a look, because I reckon, in general, for UK creds, I've not got many.
Noah of the Coaster Infused. Big arc of Wacky Worms.
I reckon if I had to go off the top of my head, I probably need maybe. I need all the South Coast, and I reckon there's loads of fucking Wacky Worms on the South Coast because it's all piers and fun fairs. I reckon between 5 and 10 Wacky Worms, and I've completed the UK Wacky Worm. And there's fucking loads of them. Trust
you write a
me.
book
Imagine
about
if they
it,
replaced this. Imagine you get the entire completion of the entire country's worth of Wacky Worms, and
replace
then
them
they
all.
do this replacement.
They're
Then
not
they
allowed.
replace them all.
Okay, they're not allowed.
That's so funny.
You
know,
the last Wacky Worm I need in the north. Put it that way.
To that point of Coaster being better when you're younger. You know, I used to think the world of Boomerang at Pleasure Island in Cleethorpes. Do you remember that place that closed?
I never rode it. I never rode it.
It closed in like 2015 or 2016 or something like that. And we used to go when I was a kid, like around about the times when I was going to Flamingo Land for the first time as well. And I would used to just stand there and just stare at this Vekoma Boomerang for hours on end. And when I was finally tall enough to go on it, I was like, "This is the best thing ever."
Push my body to the limit.
That's great. I love them little stories, man.
Where was it at?
Pleasure Island in
Pleasure Island. Yeah, I went to it. I don't think I ever.
I've never been, but I've seen so many like Urban Explorer videos because they left loads of rides there, didn't they?
Yeah.
I've seen Urban Explorer.
It should still be on.
Oh, I flipping went here.
Yeah, right. Everyone has that memory in the UK.
It was well known outside of like Towers and Thorpe and Chester.
Lives in Cleethorpes, and yeah, I just got mixed up with this park and Fantasy Island because we went to both of them. What the hell? I'm so right. Have I got an extra credit?
No, you haven't, Sean. Back it in. What is wrong with you reminding him of creds? Stop it.
Yeah, like it was like one of those more well-known, like smaller family theme parks, like right there with Flamingo Land and like Water
Valley. Yeah.
God, this thing.
Yeah, I remember going to this park.
Like it was super small. That was the like staple roller coaster there. That's how small it was. But yeah, I used to go all the time.
I'm so gutted I haven't got that.
Spin, didn't they?
God, I remember that Enterprise.
I'm sure I've been, but I don't. I can't remember. Definitely been there, 100%.
They had the Enterprise Alakazam, which is basically an Enterprise. If you imagine an Enterprise, but with Zamperla Valair cars.
What?
That's what?
Yeah. What the hell is that?
Like it sounds decrepit. Like it sounds horrific.
It sounds like a mutant baby or something.
Honestly, I don't remember it being that bad.
X-Men, the ride.
That sounds like something I don't want to do.
Yeah, there you go.
What the? Have you got like a picture like a bit further away?
That's Sam Costello from YouTube.
That's Sam Costello.
Right, you see it, right?
Yeah. Only because of the hair, though.
I'll have a little look.
I love
this one far away.
Little stories like that. It's crazy.
Pleasure Island. They had an SNS shot tower that was less than 100 feet tall.
Do they have
they're the best kind.
A Fabry booster as well? Because I'm sure that's still doing the rounds.
Shot towers, like Ice Blast is being ripped out, isn't it? Well, it's being something happening to it.
Who knows?
Who knows? Here.
Yeah.
The park is saying that it's going to be back open. Apparently, there's evidence
about the monorail.
About that they've taken a loan out for.
Yeah, how did that get out? Like,
well, didn't like Blue Loop report on it or something?
Yeah, someone reported on it. It was like, what? How? Like, how have you even got that much information?
Like, so that'd be wicked. That would actually be amazing if they get like Loki in.
Yeah,
But I could imagine like that's
the views from there.
I need confirmation that it is actually going to be like a new gen Intamin gyro swing, because like that's the conclusion that everyone's jumped to, and I've seen no confirmation of if it's actually going to be that.
No.
And I'm scared that everyone's going, yeah, we're getting low key, yeah, we're getting the
just have Maelstrom.
And it ends up being a fucking, I don't know, fucking Zamperla Discovery or some shit.
No.
Yeah.
I need confirmation that it is actually that far.
No, what else are we talking? Oh,
no, Mikhail had a secret.
Yeah.
Mikhail's secret.
Can we talk about that now?
Let's talk about
Mikhail's secret.
So, well, I mean, this was going to be within that, because we were talking about like the topics to talk about, and
don't tell them
how we.
Don't tell them that we talk about topics before the show.
It's all off.
Oh yeah, no, we just make them up mid recording. But no, I was just gonna say that decisions have been made, and I'm gonna be returning to a park in a couple next month. What did you thought I was being serious about?
No, I thought you said returning. I thought you were going to say
like you were coming home. This is gonna be like breaking news. Like guys, Jesus. I am coming back, or at least coming on holiday. I'll be there for like a month.
Give it time. Where
are you going now, Mikhail? Where are you going?
Give that time. I've been wanting to go back to this place for like fucking 5 years.
Ooh.
I have booked flights to Kansas City, Missouri, and I'm gonna be returning to Silver Dollar City.
Ooh.
Fucking finally.
Nice.
It's finally fucking happening.
Why do you want to do that?
The fact that it's one of my favorite places on planet Earth, and I haven't been in 5 years, and I've been wanting to go. I've been wanting to go back every year since I went.
Isn't your favorite place on Earth, Mikhail? Like,
what?
Son is crying now. You're trying to say that Blackpool Pleasure Beach isn't your favorite place on Earth?
Banned from the hub.
Unfortunately not.
See, Matt said it too. Thought you were going to say Blackpool. Ew. Oh,
in time, man.
Yeah, that's
Look at the state of that. I never knew such thing existed.
Yeah.
I mean, it
can't be as bad as like an actual Solaire, but there we have it.
I don't remember it being that bad.
No thanks.
But
disgusting.
That was decades ago that I wrote that. But yeah, no. I went to Silver Dollar City for the first time in 2019. It became instantly one of my favorite theme parks I've ever been to. I've been wanting to go back ever since.
Jeez, and that long. Wow.
Now I'm just saying, fuck everything. I'm making this happen because I'm tired of not going.
Yeah, good man. Good.
I'm tired
so
of.
You booked your flights?
Yeah.
Well, that's it.
Book the hotel. Need to book a rental car down from Kansas City. It's like 3 to 4 hours away from Kansas City, but I've done longer drives. It'll be great.
Good God. I get bored driving after an hour.
Cannot fucking wait. I'm so hyped. Like I'm so hyped to get back. So hyped to get back on Outlaw Run, to ride Time Traveler again.
Yeah,
see that whole park, take a ton of photos.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you're taking your camera and getting some cool shots. Yeah.
My friend Jack might be joining, but
how long you got there?
2 days. It was originally supposed to be 3 days, but just other shit got in the way of our plans and stuff. So
damn it.
Happens.
Holy shit. Yeah, it did run backwards. That Alakazam ride. Yeah, it did run backwards. Ads is right.
Abracadabra Alakazam. Yeah.
Oh.
That's great.
But yeah, yeah, I'm committing to 2 days at the park. Gonna go to Worlds of Fun as well the night before driving down. There's a park that I went to on that trip during 2019 as well. Thought it was one of the most bland theme park experiences I've ever had in my life. And everything I've been like, I need to give this park another chance because, not even one full day. It was like 4 hours that we spent there. There was no atmosphere. Every ride just felt average, apart from Prowler, which I'm really excited to get back on. Their GCI wooden coaster is a lot like Mystic Timbers, but actually runs well. But yeah, just like it was one of the most just bang average park days I've ever had. So I'm looking forward to giving that park another chance. It's going to be during their Halloween event, so there should be some more atmosphere in the park, which it should be just a better experience. Even though I'm only going to be there for like a few hours again.
Yeah.
But yeah, to get night rides on Prowler is going to be insane. And then their Morgan Hypercoaster Mamba, apparently from all accounts, they've given it a new control system and basically turned the trims off of the mid-course. So now it's running crazy. So I need to get back on that again and see what's
apparently up. They've been running Mako trimless for a few days at SeaWorld as well. I just mentioned trims. I saw that on socials. That'd be nice. That'd be a nice experience. Yeah, Wildfires at Silver Dollar City, isn't it? Have you ridden that?
Yeah. I assume you mean the B&M Wildfire.
Yeah. Be good.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's as good as like Kumba or Hulk or Dragon Khan, but like it's a bit scaled back, but it's fun. Yeah, and the views, like it gives you like the best views out of the Ozark Mountains that you can get pretty much anywhere in the park.
It looks stunning. Like every photo I've seen of that ride looks amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, just to put in, Martin, I've just seen your comment, and I do want the popcorn bucket while I remember. Thank you. Carry on.
Yeah, can I get one, please? But yeah, no. That.
So I'm guessing you've ridden Outlaw Run then.
Yeah. It is. I keep forgetting where it is. It's in my top 10.
Wow.
It's shit. Where is it? 7. There you go.
Fucking hell, really?
Number 7. Number 7 in my top 10.
Nice.
Outlaw Run has a special place in my heart. Like, it's one of those that pretty much from when I saw it getting built, I was like, oh, that is everything I want in a wooden coaster. Like a wooden coaster that does all that shit while flying through the woods. Yeah, like I need that in my life immediately.
Yeah.
And it surpassed my already stupid high expectations for it. So
yeah, that drop looks insane.
I've never ridden it at night. I'm finally going to get to ride it at night.
Oh man, that thing's going to be flying by the looks of it.
It's going to be fucking incredible.
Yeah, that drop looks incredible. Right, the little kick off the lifter as well. That's going to have some power to it. Yeah, I've always wanted to ride that.
Crazy speed, crazy airtime. Just like stupid pacing. It does not let up. It was the first wooden coaster to go upside down multiple times. Successfully, anyway.
Standing in a way of that little transition way, didn't it, into RC? Like,
yeah,
set it off.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to get back on Time Traveler as well after having ridden Ride to Happiness.
Yeah,
again. I'm going to try not to compare the two too much because I know, like, having already ridden them both, like I know Time Travelers.
Just enjoy it for what it is, man. Like,
yeah, of course. Yeah.
I've really stopped comparing rides in that respect.
Nice. I think we've come to the end of the show, guys.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. Any questions in the chat if you've got any? We want to talk about anything quickly, we can go over some stuff. But
nothing too personal.
No.
Don't hurt Sean.
How weird would that be if they just have a really weird questions?
What's your body count?
What's your body count?
Just be like, good night, everyone.
Favorite snack of the week?
Birthday cake.
I had some Aldi imitation frazzles.
I had some birthday cake for that, innit?
Trying to
already
think.
had the cake.
Like mine. It was my birthday on Saturday though.
Oh.
Nice to see you got back from London, Sean.
Oh yeah, you had
enjoy Back to the Future, the musical. It was very good. Yeah, it was brilliant.
Recommend
Absolutely amazing. Has anyone seen that here?
No. Of there's a few things I want to see down there, but that is one of them.
I'm sure like it will come to like Manchester at some point. No, stuff normally does. Like Book of Mormon, I've seen that, and that's now back in Manchester. We're going to go see that. In a few weeks, next month. I can't remember. That's brilliant. But yeah, Back to the Future, great. It's really, really good. Like the tech on the car is just insane. Like,
why did you say Back to the Future and I had the Bourne movies in my mind?
Like, the Bourne musical.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that just stuntacular? Like,
yeah, like I had stuntacular in my mind, and I'm just like, how would that work? Like, my next question was going to be, was it just a theater show or a full-on musical?
Back to the Future, the musical. Was it a musical? No, it's just a car showroom, mate.
How does that?
It's DeLorean showroom. No, I'm good. I'm good to go. Lots of stuff from Virtual Towers coming up very soon as well. If you're not following us on our social media, please do. The support as well we've had recently is incredible, but we've got so much stuff coming. It's insane. We're also working in the Unreal Engine 5 now as well, which is really exciting. Very exciting. So if you know, you know.
It looks good. What you're sharing looks really good.
Mate, it's so fun. Like it's gone back to being fun again now.
Yeah.
We were trying to get that update out as as best we could, fixing all the glitches and all the bugs and all that stuff. And now it's like, right, we're just basically going back into Unreal 5, the brand new engine that's come out. Everything's now updated so we can run it properly. Yeah, it's exciting. Very exciting.
It's amazing.
I can't wait.
Cool. All right, guys. All right. Anything else for anyone else?
No,
not really.
All right. We will try and be back next week.
Bye. Busy time of year now, isn't it? Busy time of year now for a lot of people.
Yeah, but we'll be fine. We'll make it work. I think I'm free next Wednesday, so all good. We'll power out ahead, and hopefully, and James can be on next time. So
yeah. Shout out to James.
Shout out to James. All right. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.